So YouTube has finally decided to respond to the AI ban wave that's been happening over the last few weeks, both with this YouTube employee over here and an official Team YouTube response. And I'll be honest, I'm pretty disappointed. For those of you guys that don't know, Team YouTube's AI moderation has been banning creators left and right, and a lot of them are tech creators, and a lot of them were getting banned for being falsely associated with another foreign channel. A lot of people were getting false community guideline strikes as well, such as myself. Certain YouTubers have been able to get their channels back, like Endermanch, but a lot of other people are still struggling to get their channels back. And the people who have got their channels back, like the people I'm showing on screen, had to actually fight and claw for weeks to get their channels back. And then YouTube finally, after reviewing it multiple times, finally said, yeah, I guess your channel's okay. So despite the fact that they basically went ahead and banned or struck our channels, made a mistake, retracted that mistake, they still are saying that, hey, we didn't have any sort of bug or glitch at all. So without further review, let's go ahead and listen to the video response first, and then we'll get into YouTube's actual official statement.
I'm being tagged in a lot of questions and comments about content moderation right now, and so is Team YouTube. We see it, we feel it, we take it super seriously, and we want to address it. This past week, Team YouTube has been working with Trust and Safety to review hundreds of your social posts and YouTube channels beyond even the typical workflows. To be clear, the vast majority of termination decisions were upheld, with only a handful of nuanced cases being overturned. It's also been confirmed there were no bugs or known issues with the systems.
So I'm gonna let you finish, but again, that just doesn't make any sense. If there was no bugs with the system, then you guys have to acknowledge that something at least went wrong for you guys to falsely terminate channels, because you guys brought the channels back. So you guys are already acknowledging the channel terminations were false. So longtime viewers of mine know I could use a million examples in this situation, but let's just go ahead and use this most recent example of my false community guideline strike. So basically, I just made a video telling YouTube, hey, there's this bad channel that's exploiting kids, you should take it down. They ended up taking down that channel. I made a response video thanking YouTube for doing it, and then they took down that response video and said I didn't follow their child safety policy. Okay, so then I go ahead and appeal that strike, and then they say, yeah, buddy, so we looked at it, and yeah, you're a stupid idiot. Your child safety policy ban is still going to be upheld, your channel's removed, and you're ugly. There you go. So remember, according to YouTube, that means that a second person looked at it. First, that first person looked at it to strike me in the first place, and now a second person has looked at it and double confirmed and said, you know what, buddy, your video is wrong and it should be banned, and that's our final decision. We won't be putting your content back up on YouTube. So then guess what happened? Out of nowhere, my strike got randomly removed. So what was this, YouTube? Human error, a bug, or something? What was it? I mean, we already know that there was a bug involved, because Endermanch and several other creators, dozens of creators, were proving with this screenshot that they were all getting banned for the same reason, that they were falsely associated with this channel that had gotten multiple copyright strikes. So if that's not a bug, then what is?
I also personally read through every single post and reply I was tagged in, and many, many more. And my personal takeaway is that there's some confusion about YouTube's policies and what is and is not allowed on the platform. For example, in the channel terminations that were reviewed and upheld, there were examples of creators mass uploading content with the sole purpose of gaining views, likes, or other engagement. Mass uploading auto-generated or low-value content. Mass uploading content scraped from other creators with minimal edits. Uploading content intended to mislead people to click off platform. Content that would add shocking violence at the end of otherwise cute or animated videos. And a lot of other stuff that, whether everyone is aware of them or read them or not, really does violate YouTube's spam, deceptive practices, and scams policies.
Well, if those are the channels that you're targeting and they're actually doing what you said that they did, then yeah, obviously we all agree that those channels should be banned. But the problem is this enforcement doesn't seem to be linear at all on the website. The vast majority of people that I've seen getting banned for this reason, spam, deceptive practices, and scams policies, most of them uploaded content that didn't even have anything to do with like selling some sort of product or leading people offline. It would be like gaming videos or tech videos. What does that have to do with scam or deceptive practices? And you also mentioned auto-generated content that computers post without regard for quality or viewer experience. Okay, so basically AI-generated slop. Well, then how the hell are channels like this able to get 4 million subscribers while uploading this crap? They're just uploading videos of animals being stuck in a log of wood and just getting chopped to death. What the hell is happening? Does this not look mass-produced to you? It's the same damn picture, it's just the freaking animals are changed, or it's zoomed in or out. I mean, this is the type of stuff that you guys should be banning on YouTube, but instead you guys push it out to the point where they're able to get 4 million subscribers. Most of us are probably not going to get 4 million subscribers if we do YouTube for the rest of our lives. and this channel getting 135 million views is uploading freaking Brock Lesnar the cat roided out of his mind, getting the freaking plane crash, and then this is supposed to be what quality content is? This isn't AI slop, this isn't auto-generated crap that should get banned? I'm sure you guys are banning thousands of channels that are violating your community guidelines. What we're saying is it doesn't seem to be consistent at all, and it seems to be people who get banned for like the most random stuff of all time. Dozens of YouTubers were getting banned for being associated with a channel that they had never seen or heard of in their entire life. How are you guys saying that that's not a bug?
A lot of other stuff that, whether everyone is aware of them or read them or not, really does violate YouTube's spam, deceptive practices, and scams policies. Same with circumvention policies. If one channel is terminated, other channels owned by the same person will also be terminated, existing and in the future, meaning every channel needs to follow YouTube's community guidelines to keep them all in good standing. To help with all of this, YouTube is also working to provide more specific details to creators when content is removed. There's a lot of room for improvement here.
So yeah, I appreciate the video at least addressing everybody, but I am pretty disappointed in that response. Let's go ahead and move on to YouTube's official response as well. And I want to show you guys something. Just stick around near the end of the video on why I'm so disappointed in these two responses. So this is from Rob at Team YouTube. So he says, YouTube content moderation and appeals. Hi everyone, we're seeing a lot of questions tagging at Team YouTube and YouTube Liaison on social media about our content moderation systems and automation. This past week at Team YouTube worked with our trust and safety team to review hundreds of social media posts and corresponding YouTube channels outside of our typical workflow. So far, it's the exact copy and paste of what the other guy was saying. The vast majority of termination decisions were upheld, with only a handful of nuanced cases being overturned. We also confirmed that there were no bugs or issues in our systems. We did see screenshots of an old, okay. So are you guys noticing anything here so far? It's the exact same thing. It sounds like the other guy just read this out in his video, or the other way around. They just saw that guy's video and typed this out. So far, there hasn't even been a single thing different. In conversations with creators this past week, we identified a few opportunities to provide more education around certain policies and what is not allowed on YouTube. For example, in the channel terminations we reviewed and upheld, we saw examples of creators mass uploading content. Okay, so he pretty much, again, said the exact same thing. And in terms of the bugs thing, right? If this is true, and again, YouTube wants an open dialogue, right? So let's go ahead and have this conversation. If there were no bugs or known issues in our systems, explain how dozens, if not hundreds of channels were getting banned over the last week or so for being associated with this exact same channel. How is that not a bug? How can you guys explain this to me? How did this happen? How did this channel get randomly linked to Endermanch and all these other people? I swear I saw like close to 100 different people linking this screenshot on Twitter saying, wait, I got banned for being associated with the same channel too. So again, I don't understand how they don't consider that a bug. But anyways, back to the statement, they actually did a little bit of like a Q&A at the end of the post over here. So it says, does YouTube use automation for content moderation? Yes, we use a mix of automation and human review and have for many years. With hundreds of hours of videos uploaded, we use automation to catch harmful content quickly and accurately. Well, the problem with this is a lot of times you guys say this, but then people are posting screenshots and messages of their appeals getting denied within just a few minutes. Like 3 minutes later, after somebody submits an appeal, they can sometimes get a response back and it'll say, sorry, buddy, yep, we carefully reviewed everything. And guess what? Your shit's still banned, buddy. Tough luck. And if you guys just admitted that you used automation in those cases, I guess we could come to terms with that. But in those cases, you guys say after careful human review. That's what you guys always say whenever you guys review an appeal. After careful human review, we've decided that your content violates our guidelines. How can you guys carefully review it in 3 minutes? Explain that. What if YouTube gets it wrong? If you think we should take another look at the community guidelines, we encourage you to appeal directly in YouTube Studio. Then mistakes happen. There are a team of people working behind the scenes to fix them. And then again, that's the situation. After I do the appeal, and as I showed earlier in this video, you guys say, we took another look, careful human review, and we do confirm, we double confirm that your content violates our guidelines. So then how come later when I make some noise on Twitter, then all of a sudden it gets fixed? Were the first two people that were looking at my content just wearing a blindfold or something? Like, I don't know what happened. So let's get to why I'm disappointed in these two responses if it isn't already clear enough. First and foremost, right, go ahead and scan this document. You can find it on the YouTube help page. Go ahead and find this dude on Twitter. Did they apologize once? Am I going crazy here? Did you guys hear one apology? I didn't hear shit. I heard no apologies for, hey, you know what? Even though we are banning thousands of channels and we are, upholding most of the decisions, we do realize in their own words that there have been a handful of channels that we've reinstated and overturned some of our decisions. So why don't you guys say sorry? You know what? I'm sorry for the inconvenience. Sorry that you guys were falsely terminated. We made a mistake, and going forward, we're going to make sure that doesn't happen again. You guys can't even apologize? Like, I don't know. It's just crazy to me. A lot of people are very financially dependent on their YouTube channel. A lot of people do YouTube as their job. They really, really want to make sure that their content is getting pushed out. They put a lot of work into it. And so when you yeet their channel off, Thanos snap their channel off and Hakai it off the website all of a sudden, obviously it's going to be a really big impact, a detrimental impact to their funds. So when you just go ahead and just completely delete a channel without any sort of notice, strike, or any sort of warning, it's not satisfactory to just say, hey, we did make a few mistakes, but it is what it is. And I think a lot of you guys are confused about our rules. No, I mean, you guys could just say sorry, you know what I mean? Like, and I also didn't notice what they would be doing differently to make sure that this doesn't happen. They almost seemed like they basically were saying, yes, even though thousands of channels have gotten falsely terminated as of late, we're not doing anything differently. It's just all happening as normal. And that's the problem, because obviously it isn't. It's almost like they don't want to acknowledge that there's been a huge AI false ban wave on YouTube. And it's weird because their content creators are acknowledging it too. The biggest content creators on the platform are making videos about it, talking about it, and talking about how hard it is to get through YouTube's skull. I could keep ranting about it, but you guys get my point. Honestly, I thought the responses were very unsatisfactory. I didn't appreciate that there was no apology of any kind, and I also didn't appreciate the fact that they didn't even say anything differently that they're going to be doing moving forward. You guys made some mistakes. You guys fucked up. And at the end of the day, for you guys to not acknowledge this at all, especially that bug part is weird, because as I showed earlier, it was a bug for those channels like Endermanch to get banned for being associated with some random Japanese channel. You guys are saying that that wasn't a bug, that was a part of your system? I mean, come on, just acknowledge where you went wrong. There's no big deal on that. But yeah, this video is long enough. I've been ranting for a long time, but I'm probably going to just go ahead and cut this video down. But yeah, let me know what you guys' thoughts on the situation in the comments. YouTube, you guys got to do better. I'm pretty disappointed. Please leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it and subscribe for more.